How to let go of the past and fully step into change. Are you holding on to the past? Are you holding on to something that shouldn't be held on to? If you hold on to the past, it will keep you depressed. If you worry about the future, you'll have anxiety. The goal is to have the gift of being present. Here's the truth. You can't change until you decide to let go of your past, as well as forgive yourself and forgive those other people that are causing you to be drained, upset, and depressed. Letting go isn't about forgetting. It's actually about being aware. When you look back at your past and you realize it's all part of your purpose, is really when your life decides to change. Most times as we feel stuck, it's because we're dwelling on either the past or, to be honest, we're looking too far in the future. The goal is to be present, but how do you do that? Do you struggle with, lots of text messages? Do you struggle with always entertaining people? Do you struggle with business? Whatever you struggle with, you have to be aware of the things that's actually draining you. For me, to me, I can entertain a lot of people for a pretty good amount of time, but I've also realized that if I don't hang out with the right people, it drains me just as fast. You have to identify what actually drains you, whether it's your friends, whether it's your relationship, and whether it's your business. And then once you identify that, you have to look at the word change. What is change? It's very, very uncomfortable. That's what it is. But nothing grows being comfortable. Everything that's succeeded has had change, and it developed into something great. Make sure you're around the right people, the right business, and really preparing your mindset to change and be uncomfortable. The other thing, stop taking advice from people you wouldn't trade lives with. If people aren't inspiring you, they're draining you. We live on a quote, if your circle doesn't inspire you, it's not a circle, it's a cage. And we truly mean that. Why? Because we are aware of the change. The change was the people I was around. If you're around the wrong people, you're probably going to stay the same. If you don't change your habits, you're going to keep the same life. If you change your habits, you'll change your life. And that's the whole goal here with change. It takes a second to really get uncomfortable and push forward versus push backward, or even worse, stay in the same place. When I think of change, I want y'all to think about snowboarding, right? As you think about snowboarding, you have to sit down, you have to lock your feet in, right? You're strapped in. I'm about to do this. I'm about to go down the mountain. You're going back down for a reason, because that's where you're going to grow. In between the top and the bottom is where the change is. And I want you to think about this. How do you actually move forward on a snowboard, right? You strap in, you stand up, and then what happens? You have to push backwards on your back foot to push down in order to move forward. And so the life metaphor is that sometimes you have to stand up, you have to go backwards and figure out how you need to move forward. And then once you figure out the balance and the awareness, then you lean into it. And as you lean into it, you start going down the mountain. That's the goal here, is when life gets tough and life needs to change, you have to change. You have to lean back and set tight, go through the trench, and keep pushing towards crawling out of the trench. That's how changing your life happens. My final thoughts. Learn how to let go. The day that you let go and not live with bitterness, angerness, all those things that make you irritated every single day because of your past, you have to learn, let it go. Live in a 24-hour period. Stop focusing on tomorrow. Stop focusing on 6 years ago. Today's the day that you decide to change. Nobody walks around with a ball and chain. Learn how to let go, learn how to forgive yourself, and then forgive others. No one has the correct cheat codes of life. We go through things, we learn from things, but the thing you can't do is stay in the same place. And that's why change is so important. Embrace the change and turn your pain into your purpose. Sometimes we're not seen at work, we're not seen at home, we're not heard at home or heard at work. And sometimes we just need to have a friend to lean on. So, drop a comment below if this is something that's helping. And I can't wait to catch up on the next one. This is Weston Richey. And subscribe, and I'll see you soon. And don't forget, God woke us up today. Go do something great.